not drank a glass of water yet.
You caught me off guard and you took me back. Took me by surprise.
Hello my loves, welcome back to another video. I hope you're doing really well. Today I thought I could bring you along for a total reset day. It's actually a Sunday when I'm filming this, which is usually when I'll just sort my entire life out for the week ahead, or I'll even do this on a Wednesday. You know, if you've like skipped the weekend reset or had a busy weekend and you never really sorted your organisation out, so don't feel like it needs to be on a specific day. I entered a flipping marathon yesterday. It's about time, to be honest. Like I feel like I don't know what it was. Like I've been doing more long distance running for like over a year now, hasn't it, when I think about it. Like I've documented it a lot on my YouTube, and then I was thinking, don't know what it was. Like I didn't want to put too much pressure as such, but then I did kind of feel like with my running, I felt like, right, what am I training for? Like the apocalypse or something, doing like really long runs without like a goal in mind. And I just thought, why not like push myself out of my comfort zone? I think this year is just all about getting out of just my own way, to be honest. Just before I tell you about my run yesterday, the plan is I need to get my food shop ordered or go and do a food shop today. I need to just do some like planning for the week ahead. I need to get all my washing done, organise my house. Last night I had like a girls' night. We went for dinner. I had one drink. It wasn't like a drinking night out or anything. We just had so much to catch up on. We were in my front room till like 3 a.m. talking. I was a bit stressed this morning thinking, oh God, like my sleep routine, that could have done without like a really late night, but it is what it is. Like it's hard sometimes, isn't it, just to balance everything or like keep everything in flow. And I'll just get a really early night tonight. I thought I could talk you through some of my favourite books at the moment, podcasts, and also I would love to get a back session in and a yoga class. If we can achieve all that today, be amazing. It's a whole day just dedicated to filling our own cup today. I'd love you to join me if you are also having one of these days. You can have me on in the background whilst you're doing it. Yeah, let me just show you my trainers that have like, I feel like my whole house, don't know if it's just in my head, I feel like I can smell cow poo, because yesterday I started using Strava, which I'm absolutely loving. Like, I don't know how I've lived without Strava. Like I used to use the Nike running app, and Strava you can draw your route, so like you know your distance. So I got a bit carried away because like, right, I'm going for a 13-kilometer run. So I did like a circular route, and I thought I'll take like one public footpath, just a bit of a mix up from street running. And next thing you know, like I must have accidentally mistook a lot of public footpaths thinking that they were roads. I like cut through like one field and then I was in a bog, and it was just a whole trail run, which just I was loving. Like the first like halfway I was just following the maps, which is quite easy, so I had my phone in my hand and I could just see where I was going, and it was really, really handy. Like I never knew you could just find a new route totally, and it was super scenic. And then obviously I was in like my normal running trainers, they're not like trail running shoes, and it was super muddy, and I could see my battery in my phone going down because obviously I've had the maps out, and I also had a podcast on. Next thing, I'm on like 5% and I'd got a bit lost, or like I didn't want to cut through this National Trust park. I'm sure it was like £24 just to like walk through it, and I just thought, oh, I'll just go like a longer route, I don't need to go through there. And it was really busy with people, and like I kept having to start my run and whatnot, so I just thought, oh, I'll just do the long route. As I did that, I was so lost, and I looked at my maps and I was like miles away from home, no idea really where I was. I was just like on a public footpath, like in the middle of a farm, in with the cows. Then my phone died, and at that I think I just hit 13k, and I think I ended up doing like 16k. I'm sure it was actually longer than that, but it was like the best but also the most stressful run I think I've ever had in my life, because it was so slippy. But yeah, 16 kilometers later, I had a whale of a time listening to Beyonce, that Texas. I felt like it was very fitting because I was in the countryside and nearly slipped on my arse I don't know how many times. Right, first plan of action is to sort this kitchen out, because like I said, I just left it in a state at 3 a.m. last night. We had copious amounts of peppermint tea, chamomile tea, so I just need to sort all that out, sort my dishwasher out, sort out this kitchen. I did actually buy these flowers, I think 2 days ago, so I bought I think 3, you know, like the rose bouquet things, but I'd not filled all the water up, so I feel like they've died within days, but I'm not willing to let them go just yet. But there's that saying, isn't there, like, don't water dead plants, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do, I think, with that. Right, where to start? Let's start here. I need to strip the bed. I've got a fake tan all over my bed sheets. I also need to check the yoga timings, and yeah, it feels like spring is en route today. Like, it's sunny and I've opened up all the windows. You know, you just feel like you just want some fresh air in. I'm going to pop my incense on and open a window. Podcast of choice today is Mel Robbins. It's quite a long title actually, so it's using this tool will help you cultivate awareness of your thoughts, feelings and more. I'm really making sure I've got boundaries. Like I feel like when I was younger, I was quite a people pleaser. So as of like getting older, I'm just like practicing that more, which actually feels really uncomfortable for me. And I don't think it's in my nature to ever be like a selfish person. I'm not trying to change like myself, but just work on practicing my boundaries with like work, relationships, friends, like everything, if you know what I mean. And this is a really good podcast. I'll tell you like if there's anything that hits home. Headphones on. These, I need to clean them with something. It's makeup. I don't know if I should replace these or what. I try not to get too much makeup on them, but I guess in the gym it just comes with it. How cute are these little teapots, by the way? They're like little flowers. I think I've well and truly got use of this candle. It actually cracked the other day, so I think it's time this goes in the bin. Let's light some incense. I get these Satya incense off Amazon. They come in a pack and they all have different names and have different scents. I feel like on different days, like I fancy like a different one, but these always just like, I really associate these with calmness because I usually put them on whenever I do like a meditation. They are a bit like a bit choky, so I always make sure I've got windows like wide open. You know what's a crazy feeling actually? So I remember taking a video of this angle when I was actually measuring for these windows. Like that is like a different feeling when you've like visualized something, and then obviously with Mason, like we've brought something into reality, which is quite cool. These are the said Cowpat trainers that look at the state. Oh, I can't. I hope this all washes off. Like I'm wondering if it's worth brushing the dirt off. Oh, they don't actually. Oh, no, that stinks. I feel like if I brush it off, is it going to go into the... Oh, so typical. Like, why did I run in one of my newest trainers that I've been really obsessed with? I think these are going to have to go. some food in the air fryer. I'm just making some beef mince with some sweet potato and some greens, and then go to find a yoga class. I've not even like Google searched yet. Just wanted to say as well, sometimes I think videos can look like I've got every aspect of my life like put together, and I just want to remind you, like, my life feels like a chaotic chaos like most of the time. I've got my priorities, but half the time I'm just trying to balance and juggle as much as I possibly can. What I found recently is actually looking at like what can go, as in what stuff am I filling my time with that isn't really a priority, because I don't know if you're like this as well, but you know when you're just the sort of person that just has so many ideas, wants to do so many things, but obviously it's unrealistic to try and do, I don't know, if you wanted to start like 6 businesses at once, like Jesus Christ, like it's a bit much, isn't it? Looking at what is my next step rather than looking at the whole staircase. I absolutely love a quote. This tap is the best thing, I think, in this entire house, you know. It's got hot water, it's got sparkling, it's the fanciest thing in this house as well. And yeah, I absolutely am obsessed. If you've not drank a glass of water yet today as well, this is your reminder to go pour yourself one. So last night when I went out with the girls, I had the nicest, it was like, it was curried monkfish, I think. It was like meaty fish, really, really nice. And I feel like as you get older, you kind of know yourself more. So I'd done that long run yesterday, and I'm on a mission at the moment. So I'm doing long distance running, but I'm determined. I'm not losing any muscle this time round. Like, I'm really on it with my nutrition. I'm tracking and making sure on my run days I am at maintenance. I've made some like a little bit of glute gains recently, and I'm determined to cling on to them. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm also determined to keep up with my weight sessions alongside my runs. So like, I would love it if I have time today to get that back session in, because yesterday I just did the long run. Because what I found when I started prioritizing my running sort of like last year, that was taking forefront of like my lifting sessions, I'd say. I feel like my physique, I didn't feel as strong, which was fine, because like there's different phases and it's not always going to be the same, but I've like learned what I like. And aesthetically as well, I like just not only feeling strong, but I like the aesthetic of my body in compared to like, I feel like I get a bit of skinny fat looking when I just run and just do cardio workouts, and especially I don't want to lose too much muscle. So I almost feel a little bit like hesitant to talk about aesthetic goals, because I don't know why, but having an aesthetic goal is totally fine as well. Like, I think I'd be lying if I said like I didn't also have like the way I feel comes top priority, my health comes top priority, but it's also totally fine and normal to have aesthetic goals. And I think I'd rather not be someone who just like doesn't tell the truth and says, oh yeah, like I don't train for aesthetics, when I think everything's like it goes hand in hand, like into how you feel, into how you show up, into how confident you are, like everything's kind of correlated. Is one of my favourite songs of all time, and ever since I keep rewatching the Super Bowl with Usher. Finished my back session and it was really good actually. I've been adding in a lot more isolation work, so not just focusing on compound lifts, but also smaller muscle groups like your little parts of your rear delt, and just finding where I actually feel the muscle contraction. So using a bench to kind of get myself into like a different position where I can feel it more in my lats if that's where I'm targeting. So I couldn't recommend that more if you feel like you've just been doing like the same compound lifts. And I'm sick of hearing, of course compound lifts are so important, but also so is your isolation work, especially when we all generally have like one weaker side of our back and we overuse one side. So it's really important to also include unilateral work in your lifts. Just about to go and fill my car up. I have been on 0 miles for a little while. I'm actually like not really used to having to drive so far everywhere, so I feel like I'm constantly having to fill my car up, which isn't, I don't know, I think I used to live quite close by to everything. So yeah, just gonna go and do that. Let's hope that we make it. we're gonna make it. But I don't know why I keep doing this. Like, I don't get that. You know, normal people, I feel like you'd get anxious seeing that you're on 0 miles, whereas someone told me that you get 20 miles on 0, and I really took that literally. Like, I really seem to want to test that to the limits, so I definitely need to get out of this habit. But yeah, I'm going to just go to supermarkets will be shut. It's actually 4:30 now, so just gonna go get my car filled up, drive home, make some dinner and get an early night. I was nearly falling asleep in the gym actually. Like, I really feel tired now, and I'm gonna definitely get an early night. I want to be off my phone at like 8 o'clock. I don't want to be on there, and just plan out my week. Oh, the sun's just setting and it looks really pretty. Let me give you a little look out the window. It really feels like spring is springing. Oh, right. So nice to see blue skies as well. I did about 7,000 steps in the gym, and I've left some spare just so I can put my bed sheets on, basically, because that's a whole task in itself. Like, I'm gonna need some energy to put those bad boys on. Made it to the petrol station, thank God. I don't understand. You know, some people don't use the little mitts, they're not mitts, plastic bags to fill their car. Does it not get all over your hand? I always feel like I'm the only one that uses these, but I feel like it just doesn't wash off otherwise. Yeah, that is diesel. Doing my food shop, so I'm ordering off of Asda. I've just reserved this 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. slot. That's the earliest one tomorrow, and this is such a life hack, I feel like. So here is my order. So we've got 3 packs of eggs, some milk, some lean turkey mince. I thought I'd try these turkey rashers, wholemeal pita breads, frozen blueberries, lettuce, cherry tomatoes, rocket, onions, sweet potatoes, asparagus, potatoes, sea bass, avocados, oranges, and some kitchen roll. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I've got quite a lot in, so this is just like a top-up kind of shop that I need. Oh yeah, I need some more peppermint tea. I think this is chamomile that I've got here, which I quite like having like before bed. I feel like Pucker, you know, the Pucker organic, the peppermint herbal teas are the nicest. God, I sound like a little old woman. Right, I'm going to order all this. I just think it really saves time. It's just easier, like not having to trail everything in and out of your car. And yeah, I just feel like this has been a game changer for making sure I've got like a stocked fridge. Been trying to simplify everything when it comes to my nutrition lately and just have less, like not as many, like, I'm gonna say just like added sugars on everything. Like I got into a bit of a habit of that, so I've been reducing that a little bit. Okay, and then now to plan out my week. So I'll just tick off things. I didn't put too much on for today. And I like this, so I've shown you this before, this is actually time stripe, which is the only thing for me that's I feel like has stuck really. So my boards here, so goals, business, everything, like I put stuff into like personal ones, and then I do my days, weeks, months, and then just like break the big goals that I set in like my months and weeks into my days, if that makes sense. So for the week, I'm not like strategic, how can I say it? I don't time block every single second. I would love to be like that though. So here I often as well like put my workout in as well. So tempo run. So my marathon training is well underway. I always think, God, if someone read this, it wouldn't make sense, but it makes sense to me. And then literally just go through like each day, plan them out that way. And then I try and just not overfill. I don't try to list loads of stuff that just ends up not getting done. So just putting like the bigger stuff that needs doing task-wise in each one. But yeah, would really recommend this. What I have done that I think is really useful is like, so you know when you set these goals for your month or like week or whatever, like make sure you go back and just reflect and also tick things off that you have done, just so that you can build that self-confidence within yourself that like you're working towards these bigger goals. Because sometimes in your head you're thinking, oh my God, am I getting anywhere? Or you feel like you can't do enough. And I think in this like current, not climate, this day and age, like it just feels like we've got so much to do at all times. So I think just going over, like I did this the other day, I'd reflected on January and then I ticked off a lot of stuff because I was feeling like, oh, I've had quite a busy like month with a little bit of travel and like work stuff. And then I have been ticking things off that I'd set for that month, and then anything that I haven't like met, I'll just move over to February. And this is just the easiest way, like I feel like I can break down what I need to do, like what are the daily steps that get me closer to like finishing my goals for the week, and just constantly like reviewing and getting to the end of each day and thinking, right, like have I done the main things, or like have I been focusing a little bit too much on like the itty bitty stuff. So yeah, I hope that's useful. What a day. This face mask has been in my bathroom cupboard for, or like it's been in transit with me for maybe 6 months. Like I haven't done a face mask in I don't know how long, but I don't know why I've not thought about doing this sooner. Like my under eyes were a little bit crusty, so I actually want to thank you for joining me today, because I probably wouldn't have done this face mask if I wasn't filming this video. So that's nice. I've got this new headband actually, which is quite nice. It keeps all your hair off your face and can tuck your ears in. And I'm just gonna get in bed, read my book. I've tried not to touch my phone since about 8 o'clock, and I think it's 10 to 9, something like that. You know, you just end up in that scroll hole that you just leave so much time on a night. So I really want to become some sort of book girly this year. Like I'm determined. I actually started ordering paper books again because I love my Kindle, and it's literally the best thing. Like if you want to read, I don't know, if you want to read a few books on the go, or like really convenient, obviously, and small to take with you everywhere. But I just feel like there's some dopamine you get from flicking like a paper page, isn't there? So I'm currently reading Attached. I think I'm about 45% in. It's basically about your adult attachment style. It's really interesting, even if you're in like the healthiest relationship in the world, or don't feel like you even have an attachment style, or you've never really heard of that before. I couldn't recommend this book more, because you see not only yourself in certain like characteristics, and it's quite scientific as well, but also you see like your friends, family, and it just helps you understand things a little bit better. So I just think anyone and everyone would benefit from reading it basically, and it just also describes like how to manage your attachment style. I've kind of gathered, I feel like I'm a mixture. I'm more avoidant attachment style, which is actually something that I want to work on, like in not every single relationship, and I think you can have elements of both, but I'm trying to like also understand why. So I think this is a really good book, and I've seen a lot of therapists, like they also recommend this book. But then I'm also wanting to start reading some non-fiction books. I think that'd be quite nice, like quite relaxing. So if you've got any recommendations, let me know. And of course I will always give my like recommendations on books. Obviously I've not finished this one, so I can't give like a full review. I was also reading The Performance Paradox, which is really good, but that's more of like a businessy book. Like I feel like that's a morning read rather than evening. But yeah, my sheets are on my bed, and I can't really talk or smile with this face mask on. It smells gorgeous, like it's a bit of a grape scent. I also did a scrub on my face just with like this lotus scrub. It's by a brand called Olivia, which I do once a week, and I feel like that combined with retinol is really clearing up my skin at the moment, so I'm loving that. But yeah, I really hope you've enjoyed this video. I've really enjoyed filming this one. Like it was quite spontaneous. I just thought this morning, I was like, just come along with me for today. Let me know if there's any other specific days or like content you you would like to see. Also, I started sharing like little vlogs on my Instagram and TikTok, so make sure you follow me over there, as well as all my recipe and workout content is on there. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I can't wait to see you in next video. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, and I'm gonna get myself to bed. And yeah, if you could do me one favour and make sure you hit like on this video and that you subscribed, I would appreciate it so much, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.